Hello everyone and thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. Right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host Abu KALS, as I'm definitely dedicated to bring to you the latest rate as it comes in. Now we definitely are in the summer transfer window, talking about our transfers, despite the fact that a lot is really going on. We definitely are going to be seeing really Arsenal getting a few more football players. And it has come to our notice that we've got great news about Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe in this potential move to the club Arsenal. Anyway, let's get the party started. Where are you watching from? Which part of the world are you watching from? Which part of the country are you watching from? Are you from the United Kingdom? Are you from Africa? Are you from Europe? Yeah, United States of America? Get into the comment section and let us know where you're from. And preferably, you can also let us know what your names are. Anyway, let's get the party rolling. You will remember that the club Arsenal has already signed 3 football players complete, and we are talking about Kai Havertz from Chelsea to Arsenal, and that was around 65 million pound, and 38.7 million pound for Urian Timber, who signs for the club Arsenal from Ajax Amsterdam. And yet another football player, a brilliant football player, also is none other than the 105 rated football player, 105 million rated football player, and that is none other than who's that? Declan Rice. So, really, a lot is really happening, and Declan Rice is already there. Is already at the club Arsenal, and a lot is definitely happening, I must say, and people are very happy about what is going on. And I can comfortably say that Kylian Mbappe really, at this moment in time, Kylian Mbappe, I've got news about Kylian Mbappe, hot news, the latest information about Kylian Mbappe. Let's start where it began. It will be remembered that Kylian Mbappe recently wrote to Paris Saint-Germain and told PSG that he's got no intentions whatsoever of renewing a contract with PSG. And it comes out that PSG were not very happy with that, because he's got 1 year left on his contract. But also, in his contract, he's got a clause that says that he can extend his stay at Paris Saint-Germain by 1 year. But where it becomes tricky for PSG is only and only Kylian Mbappe can trigger that clause in the contract, and he has decided not to do it and to give prior information, prior warning to the club Paris Saint-Germain before the summer transfer. The next season really comes in. Because he only has 1 year on his contract by law. In the next year, there should be 2, but the next year, it's only and only him who can decide. And it comes to our notice that I came to our notice then that Kylian Mbappe really, at that moment in time, he said he wrote to Paris Saint-Germain and told Paris Saint-Germain, I'm not interested in remaining at Paris Saint-Germain. I'm not renewing a contract. Meaning after 1 year, I'm going to be leaving as a free agent. That is what it literally meant. So this is where Paris Saint-Germain really got disturbed, because Kylian Mbappe is regarded the best football player in the world. If you're valuing Kylian Mbappe, then you've got to value him over 100 million pound. In that, he is at this moment in time, he's valued 150 million pound. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's valued 150 million pound that's the release clause of Kylian Mbappe. We definitely know that he's the best in the world. And why do we say so? Because he's got only 1 year on his contract, and he's being valued at that amount of money. If he had 3-4 years, it would be a different story. He would be in 250, 300 million pound. So, but he's valued 150, which is quite okay, achievable by a number of clubs, including Arsenal. So what really happens with Kylian Mbappe is he writes to Paris Saint-Germain and tells them, I do not want to renew my contract when this contract gets done. And I'm not doing a contract extension. And so Paris Saint-Germain received the news and they were not happy about it. And they sent a letter to Kylian Mbappe informing him. They told him, you've got 14 days to decide about your future with Paris Saint-Germain. And in these 14 days, you've either got to sign a new contract with Paris Saint-Germain or we're going to put you on the open market. However, having said that, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, had already got prior information that Kylian Mbappe had agreed a move with Real Madrid. But do not forget that despite the fact that that was available, at this moment in time, it's not valid. And why do I say it's not valid? After him really talking to Real Madrid and Real Madrid hoping that he's going to go to Real Madrid as a free agent come next year as a free agent. Paris Saint-Germain really realized that they're going to be losing out on quite a lot of money. They've invested in the football player, but they're going to be getting nothing at the end. I mean, he's won for them, but you cannot leave Kylian Mbappe go as a free agent because he's worth 150 million pound, and that's where the club Paris Saint-Germain really came out and said, you are not responding. And PSG came out and said, you are not responding. What we are going to do now, because the 14 days that you were given were done, we are putting you on open market. And as we speak right about now, Kylian Mbappe is on the transfer market. He is available for any club. So where does Arsenal come in? Real Madrid was comfortably 100% sure that they're going to have Kylian Mbappe because he was going to go as a free agent. Little did Real Madrid realize that if Paris Saint-Germain decide that they are going to sell the football player, he's open to all clubs. And 150 million pound could be a bit complicated, could be quite a lot for Real Madrid because they've had a run recently with FFP rules. So Arsenal is quite free, and he's been linked to the club Arsenal before. He's been linked to a club Arsenal quite a number of times, and he also will be put into consideration. That Mikel Arteta in a press conference came out and he was asked about Kylian Mbappe and him joining the club Arsenal and what are the possibilities. If it was totally rubbish, he would have said, Kylian Mbappe, we've got no intentions, we are not into that transfer. But the fact that he decided not to comment about it, he said football players that are not at the club, he doesn't talk about them. It's quite easy, would have been quite easy for him to come out and say, if he's linked and Arsenal has no chances whatsoever of getting him, it would have been quite easy for him to come and say, definitely, we have no intentions of him. We've got no intentions of him being at the club, because that's quite easy. He always does that. If a football player is linked and there is no hope, he always does that. But always, when there is a bit of hope, he always says, I'm not commenting before the deal is done. So really, let's hope everything goes on quite well for the club Arsenal, and Kylian Mbappe can be an Arsenal football player very soon. I would like to see Kylian Mbappe in that Arsenal squad. Very brilliant squad, very young squad. And I think a football player like Kylian Mbappe would really add quite a lot to the club Arsenal. Otherwise, thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it's sports and as long as it's Arsenal related, right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, Abu KALS. Thank you and goodbye for now.